And we're live. And I caught that live. Nice.
We've got evidence.
We've got evidence.
If you want more, and you say,
So, Booms, what happens is I am live on this thing. Now, I would love to talk to you all the time, but I'm going to talk to them as well. I don't mind talking to you and playing with you. It's just when your face is on the screen, I don't want to post that because I want to keep you private. You're my private bubble. You're my real life bubble, and I don't want to put you online. So I'll talk to you, but I just want to keep your face off the screen. Okay, Booms? Okay. Thank you, my Boom Boom. Right.
I think this one is
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, Booms, do you know what's the trick that is how to break it with right space?
Okay. Amber, I'm cheating on you again, and I'm going to do the TikTok live thing and see if that works. Right. So let's get started with sin, hugs, and rock and roll at Burn. Just need to clean my lens there. Okay, we're in the Burn bubble. Right. This is fun.
Some of it is right. Some of it is wrong. So you ate the wrong bit.
I mean, a part that's wrong.
No, exactly. I do.
Okay. Sin, hugs, and rock and roll at Africa Burn. Here we go. Oh, we've got an assemblywoman. Hi there. Welcome back. Well, welcome to the show. So, what I'm starting here, let's just, in case I post this video, I want to start by saying what it's about. So, my cousin, the beautiful lady sitting that side, that you guys can't see, thanks for the mics, Vincent. She suggested that I do, what was it, one platform, one avatar, one
One
message,
platform for 1 year,
1 year.
solving one problem.
There's the first one.
Yeah, that's what's usually offered.
One solution.
Talking about one problem and offering one solution.
Okay.
Rule of 5 ones.
The rule of 5 ones. Thanks to my cuz, we have one platform, and Amber's back. One platform for 1 year that we're gonna do. We're gonna
About one theme.
we're gonna talk about one theme or one problem and have one solution for that one problem. And one person. I have so many solutions to every single problem. So here's what the problem is for my brain, right? The one problem I want to solve is how to do Africa Burn better. So the theme is Africa Burn, and the problem is that people don't do Africa Burn to the best of its potential. So I'm choosing one avatar that I'm creating it is going to be Mystery Burner X. And Burner X is starting off as a sparkle pony. So Burner X is a sparkle pony.
Here we go.
And Burner X only cares about all the bad things at Africa Burn. They care about, finding a partner to do naughty things with. They're talking about, oh, Celine is back here as well. Hello. Is TikTok beter vir jou, meisiekind? Well, so hierdie burner wil Africa Burn toe gaan. Hy het sy kaartjie gekoop. So he's got his ticket. but he has no idea where to go, what to do, who to see, where to go. He's never been to Africa Burn, so this is a virgin burner. And I'm writing that word in the sense of he's never been to Africa Burn. But maybe I should erase that because TikTok is weird. First time burner. We'll keep this first time burner. And the theme that we have, hello Celine, well, love a well. We're doing robot ponies. I don't know what robot ponies are. The theme that we have for the first part is going to be sun, hugs, and rock and roll at Africa Burn. So I'm going to be talking about things that TikTok doesn't like me talking about, which is why, Celine, I'm moving to the other platform. So I want to talk about the vellums by die burn, the things that alter your mind. And that includes the alcoholische verversings. That includes things like that one. Jy weet ketties? Ketties. Ons gaan maar net oor ons gaan ketties skiet. Okay. Ketties skiet. En ons gaan oor sneeu praat. We're going to talk about snow. We're going to talk about ecstatic things. We're going to get ecstatic. We're going to talk about 420 plants. We're going to talk about what other sins. So all the sins that people, because here's the thing. So Africa Burn is a place where you can do whatever you want, including poisoning your own body in any way you see fit. Personally, I choose not to poison my body with any of these things, but I will tell you how to do it responsibly because I've done 3 burns where I've just done this responsibly. Okay. Then look, I can smell the little copper. One of the big things about burn is that they want everyone to be safe. Okay, so there's a motto. We always say safety third.
It's funny, they have this hydrated sock out. And I can't see. I don't really. I think he likes to go there by the left because if you follow the trail,
I'm getting distracted by these stories. Sorry.
if you follow the trail there.
I wish you guys could see how cute this was. Anyway, so the next thing I'm going to talk about is hugs. So that is the nice parts of burn. We're going to make that the part where where you learn how to be comfortable. Where if you're actually, let's just do that. Where if you're overwhelmed, you can find hugs. So this is when you're overwhelmed. Actually, this works out great because the sun is when you're underwhelmed. This is not, the sin doesn't underwhelm you. You are underwhelmed by normal default world life. If you're underwhelmed by your normal life, then you go to Africa Burn so that you can sin to your heart's desire. So for the underwhelmed, I'm going to explain sin. For the overwhelmed, I'm going to explain hugs. And for the whelmed, we're going to explain rock and roll because it's going to be based on the music. And the music is at Burn as a whole thing. So think also of one standard digital email pack you can email people. Not a bad idea, Amber. Can I get you on that? Can I personal assistant request you on that particular topic? How about cheeky back? As jij cheeky back. Amber, how about I ask you to go through, you've already gone through all my Substacks, right? I think I only wrote the one Africa Burn post. Let's make a digital pack that's just a bunch of links to my stuff that I've already made. Actually, I've been thinking about writing a blog, and then in that blog, I want to link OPC, other people's content, because so many people have made so much content on Africa Burn, and I want to just share that or how to find that. Also, I don't have an email list.
I think we need to throw those out to also. What do you reckon? On Facebook, you can.
Huh.
No way. Probably right.
Yes. Boom booms.
Yay, thank you. And then what do we do with the bowl?
Yeah. You're so smart. You just have to remind me about those things, because if I run around barefoot and I have to step in walnut shells, that's gonna hurt.
Yeah. I think the grass is short now.
Yeah.
But there's still walnuts in this places.
All right, we'll figure it out. Come on, I need you to help me do some shopping. We're gonna do some food shopping.
Ooh.
On my mommy's phone.
We're gonna
Yes.
leave Auntie Lani to concentrate here for a little bit.
Do I have to?
And you can make it.
Thank you.
Oh, you can talk about the sparkle pony.
Okay, I can. Yes, let's. Actually, that is a great idea. Thank you, Booms and Cuz. This is the best idea to start the first.
But you said you wanted to start with the sparkle ponies, right? That's how they enter Africa Burn.
Yeah, but I didn't think of doing an entire live just about the sparkle ponies.
Yeah, that can be your
Yeah.
that can be your one.
This is my avatar for now. Sparkle pony, right?
All right.
Well, he's a
Enjoy
sparkle
it.
pony. We're gonna turn him into a unicorn. Okay, we're gonna teach him how to burn better. Okay. You do Substack emails are on your dashboard. Yes, but I don't like irritating people with emails. Like, that's why I don't like sending. Like, you'll see every single time I post something, I unclick the button that says send to everyone, because I don't want to irritate them with emails, because emails are so overwhelming. Emails are overwhelming. Okay. Can I take a photo? Actually, we're going to take screenshots. Okay. There we go. Hello, Hillary. Thank you for the likes, girl. We're going to take screenshots. Okay. We're ready. Amber, please note that at 13:28, we are restarting this. Now I feel like a proper teacher. Oh, actually, this is what the idea was. Let's just erase that. We're done with that one. Okay, I'm not going to move the laptop again. So this is where I'll be sitting or standing. That's a clean spot. Okay, so stack it. See? Sorted. Right. Okay, well. 14:10, Amber. Welcome, Substack. Welcome, TikTok. Hello. This is Miss Lani, no, Miss Navona. I have to write that nicer. Miss Navona's guide. What should we call the guide? The Whelm guide? The unicorn guide? The uni guide. We need to make you unicorns. So how to go from the sparkle pony and we need to get you to a Unicorn. And remember, this works out perfectly because 2026 is the year of the flaming horse, the fire horse. And I have named it now the year of the flaming unicorn because horses are just unicorns. So this is, we're going to make all of you bulgot uni. Bulgot uni. Bulgot uni. That is flaming unicorn in Korean. And okay. So you are, I'm going to assume you are my avatar. As I said, my avatar is a sparkle pony. And a sparkle pony is someone who goes to Africa Burn and does not understand what Africa Burn is really about. Really about. This comes in quotes because there's no such thing as what Africa Burn is really about. Hello.
Hi.
Yeah. Okay. He just came to ask if the one was here.
Why didn't you check it?
Because they just let him wait. So sparkle boating is someone who goes to Africa Burn and does not understand the timeline. Actually, that's one of the big things that I want to talk about. So the timeline of Africa Burn. I've got a flash goal. Let's put it on. I haven't seen my Levy in a while. Maybe I'm boring him. Okay, I have a flash goal. If anybody wants to send me any heart me's, greatly appreciate it. Not necessary. So, the Africa Burn timeline is, if you go on the website, let me actually go on the website and see what the actual date is, because so if you go on the website, it looks like that. Where's my screen? That. Oh, you're upside down. Okay, so the Africa Burn website looks like this. So Africa Burn is from 27 April to 3 May. So event week. Event week is 27 to 3, 5. Okay. There's some artworks from previous years. This one was beautiful. This is called Samsara. No, it wasn't called Samsara. Sudara. It was called Sudara. And it was these three of them standing. Sorry, Substack, you guys will have to just go to the website by yourself. I'll send you the link where you can Google it. Okay. So you can register an artwork, a performance about Africa Burn, find out more about Africa Burn, guiding principles. So here's the thing. So many people who go to Africa Burn did not even scroll through the website. However, I do understand why. Because the website is very confusing and very overwhelming if you have not been to Africa Burn yet. So our timeline, I'm just gonna, this is why I need it bold so that I can remind myself where I was going. This is from the Monday. I should write that bigger. We're going to also break this up: Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Okay, so event week is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday to Sunday. And this part of Africa Burn, this is where the sparkle ponies shine. Because they come and they are fresh. They just come from work. They work till Wednesday. And then they leave their normal life that they were going to go back to. They're going to go back to their normal life. after event is finished. You know, this guy, he's gonna go back to his normal life. So he comes to Africa Burn and he's very happy. And now he's done this is just a normal pony. In the normal world, he's a normal pony. He comes to Africa Burn, he puts on his unicorn. I mean, he's fake. This is just a fake one, by the way. And he pretends to be a burner. He is a burner, but he also pretends to be a burner. And he wants all of the sunny things. Okay? The sparkle pony is only there for the reasons that people don't want to be there. And they dress up and they do their makeup and they don't, and they move. Okay. But now you get a bunch of people who go to Africa Burn way long before the burn. So on the 28th of March, DPW and some other people go to Africa Burn. The people who are the artists who create the big artworks. And then a couple of days before the burn, so like the weekend before the burn, the theme camps come. The people who have to set up theme camps. And they all have work access passes or WAPs. They have their webs and they can come in a little bit earlier. Okay. You have to be part of a theme camp or part of a volunteer or part of some group if you want to go to Africa Burn before event week. But when I say that, you can also just, like, so many people can go. You don't need to, it's not like a special thing. It's just to keep the tickets, follow, like, whatever. And then you have the first 3 days where people are still setting up and building and getting everything right. And a lot of the camps are already, so most camps already start on the Monday. Like my first year, I went to the purple spanking booth and we started spanking butts on the Monday. So we had the entire Saturday and Sunday to set up camp. And then most people, sparkle ponies, will come at the weekend, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And that part, I have told people multiple times, this part is the busy part. This is when you have 12,000 people in the desert. All 99% of them are not sober. I would say there's like 1% sober people. I'm this close to saying I'm not even going to enjoy the Mary Jane at Africa Burn because I want to be that person that went to Africa Burn completely sober, if you catch my drift. I mean, you don't have to catch it, I'm throwing it at you. And then here is when most of so there's in this part, that's when the burns happen. That's when the naked people happen. That's when all of the mutant vehicles. And then after event week, you have like 2 days of weirdness. So on the Monday, most people leave so some people leave on Sunday, obviously, because they need to be at work on Monday. Don't do that. Sparkle ponies, hear me now. If you go to Africa Burn, allow yourself at least one full day of rest before you go back to your normal life. Because there's this thing called decompression. Okay, so I did make a video on decompression last year, but this is after the burn. And I'm jumping ahead because if you don't know how to fall, you're going to be too scared to fly. So decompression is the part where you go back to your normal life and you get a little bit depressed because normal life is not that nice if you've been at burn. Um, Amber, I don't know. I don't remember a video that I posted. I did. I sent you a podcast about a podcast. Oh, it actually, because it started as African Burn. That was Pascal. That was Pascal, Daisy Wellness, the lady who does my Reiki practitioner. Yeah, me and her talked a lot about, but we talked about everything. And I never post. I just, yeah, it's on YouTube, but it's not on my profile on YouTube. It's on the person who recorded its profile.
Sorry.
Are you bringing me food?
Yes, it's half by boom, so it's
Okay.
you have to share.
Okay. We have to share. So I have a banana. Thank you, my boom boom. Mm-hmm.
I need to eat a half banana before I have a pizza.
Okay.
And Lani is good brain power.
Good brain power.
Good brain power. Have you ever had banana?
You must eat this one, this too.
Okay. Have you ever had banana and peanut butter?
Yeah.
So good.
Oh, and now I'm ordering for you. I'll try the chicken succeeding.
What's wrong with ordering from Pick and Pay?
They don't have synthetic peanut butter.
They should have some that's natural, but yeah.
Yes, that is good.
Mm.
Mini.
Mm. Okay, Amber. I'll see what I can do.
Mommy's just supposed to be and I hope you can vegan.
Boom boom. Amber said hello. She said, Okay. Where were we, Amber? So Sparkle Pony goes to Africa Burn. And when Sparkle Pony goes home on Sunday, Sparkle Pony gets depressed because Sparkle Pony did a lot of vellums at Africa Burn. Sparkle Pony was very altered. Hello, Dre. We're taking Sparkle Pony to Africa Burn. And I need to teach Sparkle Pony how to decompress. So, as I was saying, from Monday to Sunday, that's when the general population goes to burn. The Sparkle Ponies go mostly from Thursday through Sunday. But then they have to go home. And when they go home, they realize that it was so nice to be at Africa Burn because people are kind. Everyone has good intentions. Well, 95% of people have good intentions. You had so much fun. You dehydrated though, but you dealt with some creepy, weird. I'm not creepy, but you dealt with the weird toilets. You barely showered. You barely slept, and now you go back to the normal world, and the normal world does not like you when you are a unicorn. The normal world wants you to be a donkey. I'm just gonna talk a little bit and then I'll eat again, Booze. Can I just talk a little bit and then I'll eat again?
Huh?
I promise I'm gonna eat it. Three times talking. Okay.
Auntie Lani is busy right here. Okay,
Okay, bye bye. So then, when Sparkle Pony gets back to his normal life, Mr. Burner X. Oh, I didn't. This is okay. Sparkle Pony. Uh, Oh, and he's got a wing. I'm not an artist. It looks like a. It looks like what's the thing with the spikes? Looks like a porcupine now. And remember, a hedgehog. Okay, but this is Burner X. And remember, this is a fake unicorn. This unicorn horn is fake. That's their dress up that they're playing. Hello, Jabulani. Yes, my taxi driver was Jabulani. If you're no, he was Jabu and I was Lani. So you, Jabulani. It was the coolest thing. I had a taxi driver the other day and his name was Jabulani. Oh, his name was Jabu and I was Lani. And now Jabulani is in my post. Anyway. Amber, I'm creative, but I'm not artistic. No, I am. But I can't draw. Like, this is how I draw a guy. Anyway, so this is Burner X. Let's just say it's Sparkle Pony X. I wasn't giving that one. And Sparkle Pony X is my. I'm okay, Jabulani. How are you doing? So he wants to decompress. Now, why are we starting a decompress? But we're not starting because it's been 15 minutes. Why we're starting a decompression for the people who just Jabulani, you're new here. When I went snowboarding in Korea for the first time, the person who told me how to snowboard was not the best teacher. She helped a lot. She was actually called Lani. It was Miran. Her name was Miran, but in Korean, people would call her Mirani, and then they just shorten it to Rani, and that is the same as Lani. Anyway, so Korean Lani took me snowboarding, but she did not teach me how to fall. So it took me 3 hours to go down the slope once. And everybody else is like going, going, going. And here's Lonnie going, wee. And everybody else is like, wee, wee, wee. And Lonnie's going, wee, 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 wee. Like I was so frustrated because I was falling all the time. And then, but because I was falling all the time, I eventually got good at it. Not that I didn't do it right, but I got good at it. Because remember, practice. Can you guys finish the sentence for me? Practice makes. What is that sentence? Miss Lonnie's in the house. Come on, students. Practice makes. Finish that sentence for me. And anyway, so I didn't learn how to fall. So we're going to teach Mr. Sparkle Pony first how to fall safely, because safety third. Right. The first thing you got to do in decompression. Haha, Amber, you fell for my trick. She said practice makes perfect. Amber, this is dun, 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 incorrect. Practice does not make perfect. Practice makes permanent. If you practice your whole life writing like this, you're not going to do it perfectly, but you're going to make it a permanent habit. The more you practice, the more you make it permanent. And if you're practicing it wrong, you're making the wrong permanent. Okay? So we practice. So we don't have to practice to make perfect, we have to practice to make permanent. But if you practice to make the good things permanent, then you're going to do it good. But you need teachers to help you, to show you, you're on the right track. That's not working. That's not going to work. So you got me. I'm teaching you how, because I've practiced decompression I am at a constant state of no, I'm at a constant state of compression. I've been so compressed, I have not decompressed, but I know how to, and I'll tell you how to. First thing you got to do is, well, I got flies on my banana. That's why she wanted me to eat the banana. Hmm. This reminds me of a meme I saw once. People will not eat the bad part of a banana, but they will put other people's genitals in their mouths before they washed it. Make it make sense. Well, that's a very quick well, okay. So decompression is when you have to adapt back to the normal world and when you have to process everything that happened at Africa Burn. So let's actually make rules for decompression. Rule number 1. Well, rule number 2. Process. And number 3, let's do that grateful. Gratuity. No, that sounds like it's a gratefulness. That's what I mean on here. And then you gotta so we can keep all of those and then say you gotta be kind to yourself. I made a video on TikTok about decompression. We can get to that later. Um that's the burner journal I read about. What's the burner journal you read about? Oh yes. So journaling helps a lot for processing. If you want to process, you can journal. There are burner bars. So in Joburg, actually, there's quite a few burner bars. Every month they have a burner bar. I should actually go check out what they have while I'm here. I wanted to say, I don't understand also why people are scared of the bad part of a banana because it's just sweeter. Like if you want sweet, everybody likes sweet things, but then they don't eat the bad part of a banana. The bad part of a banana is way sweeter. Mm. Do you guys eat this part of the banana? I don't like it, but I'm not going to waste it. I'm going to eat it first. And then I still have a nice part. So burner journal helps. My burner journal for 2023, 24 was stolen, unfortunately. Mm. Another note for Mr. Sparkle Pony. So everybody has been telling Mr. Sparkle Pony that Africa Burn is the safest place in the world, which is somewhat correct. Mm. I almost fell again. Okay, we got our burner there. We need to just take a screenshot. No. Okay. I'm not even in the screen. So Mr. Sparkle Pony is very worried about safety at birth. No, he's not very worried. He's not worried at all, actually, which is the problem. So, Mr. Sparkle Pony thinks that there is no crime with Africa Bird. And that there are no rules at Africa Bird. Um, let's start with lost property. Okay. So, well, you can sit there with your buddy. Um, Amber, this is a great idea on how to structure my first day. So on the 28th is actually day one. So let's start with a map. Let's completely. You do this. Can't remember if I took a photo of this, so let's just take a screenshot of this. Okay, and hope I can read that. All right.
I mean, the best one. I don't know.
Okay. So I'm gonna draw you a map of Africa Bird. Let's see, where can I put the map there? Okay. So Africa Burn goes in a semicircle. Whee!
Nice.
I get all lang glas gezien.
No, it's written here with me all the time. I think it's probably myself.
So it has streets. Okay. Here, let me make this smaller. Let's say this is Burn. Okay. That's Africa Burn. In the middle, we have the clan. It's not completely in the middle, but middle-ish. Everything in Africa Burn is ish, by the way. And we're going to see that now. The clan is much smaller than that. This is not to scale. Okay. Here's when you come into Burn. Oopsie. And here, so this is where you come into Burn. This street is called 6-ish. Okay. Now you might see where this is going. This street is called 1-ish. 2-ish, 3-ish, 4-ish, 5-ish, 6-ish. Now you can assume the other way. Now it's 12:30, but it goes from 1 through 12. And 6, street number 6, is a little bit off center. It's not really. So if you look at the map, you'll see it goes more like something more like that. Okay. So 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is a little bit off center. So they call it off center camp, OCC. And here by OCC, we have the organization. And that's everything for the organization that they supply for the burners. So we have medics, there are rangers, there is sanctuary, there is DPW, there's DMV. So DPW is Department of Public Works. DMV is Department of Mutant Vehicles. And yes, there's mutant vehicles. And some other things that are all here. Which means if you ever have a problem, if you ever need anything, you mission here. And you will see the medic sign there. The medic sign is on a little pole. Whee! It's not on a little pole. There's a massive pole for the medics so that everywhere you are, you can see it. Now, here in front, here by the streets, and then smatterings everywhere in between, you will see theme camps. Okay. And then in between, people go and camp there. That's also where people camp. So some people camp at the theme camps. They'll have camping. Some people just randomly free camp. So you get free camp. Free camping is the people who buy their tickets and they're not part of any other groups. They're not part of a theme camp. They're not part of OCC. They're a random person that goes free camping. They bring their own tents, they bring their own caravan, or they rent it. I don't care. And they free camp. And you can do that in many, many spots. There is also some spots. So hereabouts, what they call the quiet zone. For the people who can't sleep with a doof doof doof. So the quiet zone is a little bit to the back because there's a lot of music in here. Okay? It gets very overwhelming here. So here is a street. Okay, that's a street. This street is called Binnekring. It's called Binnekring, and Binnekring is Afrikaans for inside circle. So this is the inner circle street. Okay. But then we have more streets, and these streets go like this. Wee, 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 wee. And they are also named. So how these streets are from 1 to 12, these streets are from A to F. So there's 6 streets going that way, and they are alphabetically organized. So, and then they also get a name every year, dependent on the theme. So, for example, when the theme was space, it was asteroid. I think actually bubble, curiosity. I don't know. As it's for yeah. So, which means when you're camping here, for example, you can say I camp at 4-ish and bubble. So your address, you have an address at Bern, and your address is your street numbers or your numbers, so 1 through 12 and A through F. So that is your address. Phones at Africa Bern. Well, there are phones, but there's no signal. There's no reception. There's no cell phone reception. I would prefer it if there were no phones, but unfortunately, sparkle ponies love to run around with their phones and record you in the middle of the night when you just want to not see a phone. Don't be a sparkle pony. Leave your phone in your tent. I'm watching you. We can have the phone conversation another day. Like I'm not saying leave your phone forever. Like you can take your phone out to go and take photos, obviously. But like if you're gonna be altered in any way, shape, or form, don't take your phone with you. If it's gonna be 4 a.m. at night, other people are gonna be altered and they don't want to see a phone in their face. Like, come on, be nice. Ciao, Lani. Thanks for all the likes, my bro. You're doing so good work. You're doing great work. I appreciate you. Okay, and now, as I was saying, we also have artworks. So here you'll have on the map a bunch of artworks. And some of them burn, and then on the map there will be a little flame. I can't draw a flame. There'll be a little flame next to the ones who burn. Okay. The clan burns on a Saturday night. And it is a massive burn. Like there are thousands of people standing around the clan when it burns. And before it burns, there's usually fire shows going around. So there's little fire dancers all going around in circles at the clan. The temple. Let's make this the temple. The temple is always like, so here's all of the people and running around here. The temple is like way out here. It's where it's quiet. It's a thanks, Amber. I needed that. What does that look like? Yeah, no, good enough. Okay, so the temple burns on the Sunday night. And the temple burn is a quiet burn. It's a respectful burn, and it's in remembrance of past lives. Be that your own past life, or if you want to say goodbye to someone who you've lost to any reason, the temple is a place of emotion. I mean, Africa Burn is a place of emotion, but the temple is where you go if you want to be sad, basically. It's a very, very energetically charged place. It's very beautiful to just sit there and see people walking through, and yeah. And the temple burns on Sunday night, and then it burns quietly, and it's beautiful. I did for 1 year for 2024. The night that I lost my backpack actually was a Sunday night, and I did perimeter duty at temple. So when an artwork burns, they need volunteers to stand around the artwork to keep the crowd from running into the fire. So you walk around in the perimeter and you look outside to see that everybody's doing it safely. Now, what was so special was at the temple burn, like I said, it's very emotional because a lot of people are saying goodbye to past lives. So a lot of people, like when you walk through the temple, basically graffiti is allowed everywhere ish at Africa Burn. And at the temple specifically, a lot of people will bring stuff that they can either attach to the temple that will also burn or write messages. So there's markers everywhere. And a lot of people will write messages everywhere on the wooden structure of the temple. And just walking through that and reading that is such an amazing experience because you see so many very, very, very heartfelt messages from people saying goodbye to others. Anyway, so then when the people, when they burn the temple down, obviously everybody who's written a letter or who wants to say goodbye is there to say a final goodbye, kind of. So it's very emotional. So sitting there and then watching the people when it burns, it was very, very special occasion for me. Very grateful to have done that. Yo, my posture. Okay.
Why? Why?
Because I said so. Um, okay, so now Sparkle Pony comes. On Wednesday night, Sparkle Pony arrives at Africa Burn. He comes in by 6ish and he has to go and choose himself a spot to camp. What you can do before you choose your spot to camp is you go on the map and you check where people are going to be. So you go and look, where's the spankers, where are the camps? So the music camps, the sound camps, they're usually spread out a little bit. Last year, most of them were in this vicinity. Okay. However, during event week, this is an insane space because this is people walking, these are mutant vehicles driving, there's music everywhere. You can't see anything. This is very far, by the way. This is very far. And you don't know where you're walking. It's dark, it's at night. There's lights everywhere, but it's like moving lights, moving targets. So you can't see them. And then you get overwhelmed. So the first thing you got to do is when you pitch your tent, say you choose this spot. Now you need to remember that spot. So you need to remember your address. So if you put your tent up there, what a lot of people do is they add little lights. They put little beacons of little lights so that you can find your tent. Or you camp close to like a big theme camp because if you know you're close to the theme camp, it's easier to find your tent. Because at nighttime, I promise you, the entire place looks completely different. Appropriate footwear is important, and remember your bandana for over your mouth and keep your inhaler on you at all times if you have breathing issues. Great advice, Amber. A lady forgot hers in her tent and it was crazy having worried people find it. Keep your medical bag with you. Yo, Amber, you've been doing your research. Well done. Yes. Medical things, a lot of the times, another big problem that comes in is people who have chronic medication, especially mental health medication, and they think that they can stop taking it at Africa Burn. And there's been a lot of issues with that because you're out of your routine. Africa Burn is extremely overwhelming. It's horribly overwhelming. Wonderfully overwhelming. In that week, you are going to be so out of your routine because you're not going to sleep normal times. You're not going to eat normal times. You're going to eat different food than you're used to. You're going to have a different bathroom routine than you're used to. So your body is already so shocked that you cannot afford to not take your medications the way you normally take them, because otherwise your body will be completely out of whack. If you are on any medications, your body needs that to have some semblance of normalcy. So don't be stupid, okay? Keep it simple, stupid. Keep it simple, but don't be stupid. All right? And yes, it is very dusty. So the bandana trick, I don't do it enough. I usually walk around without a mask, but it's pretty bad. Like by the Thursday, your voice is gone because you have been talking and there's been dust and you are not sleeping. But if you can, always have a buff or a bandana over your mouth because the dust is insane. Insane. Anyway, but I also think that's been quite enough. We've done an hour. Yeah, no. Okay, I'm gonna go and play with my boom boom. I love you guys. I think this is a very good start for our not start yet. So TikTok, it's been lovely. You guys were not very busy today, but thanks for coming anyway. I'm gonna say bye to you now. And oh, Yesy, people did not like watching this one today. And then Substack, it's been lovely. I welcome you. Thanks for coming, Amber, and interacting. And Sinner, if you're still listening, I hope your ASMR was informative. And yeah, I welcome you.